My name is Jim Thomas, and welcome to the Fitness Management Update. Our topic today is how to dump a sales slump in your gym. And, let's face it, there's really two kinds of salespeople out there and two kinds of gyms, I suppose. Those that are in a slump and those that will be in a slump. I think anyone who's been in sales has certainly experienced this at one time or another. We want to offer some tips today to get you out of that downward cycle. And number one here is you want to take action. One of the first things I ever read when I first got involved in the fitness industry is they had handed out a sheet that said, what do you do if sales are down? And it said, do something, do anything, but do it now. And the key here is taking action. I know in a lot of clubs that we'll go into when we're, trying to affect a turnaround, in some cases, we'll have staff simply rearrange the lobby, rearrange the club because we want them engaged. We want them busy. We want them active. So now when that guest comes in or that call comes in, they're ready instead of thinking about sitting around doing nothing and thinking about, how tough things are. So number one, make sure you're taking action. Make sure you're staying busy. Number two, make sure absolutely that you avoid, this idea of making excuses and blaming outside influences. Oh, it's our prices. Oh, it's new competition. Oh, it's the weather. Oh, it's the time of the year. The truth is it's none of those things. Okay. And you have to stop saying that it is. Stop making excuses. Choose to be accountable. And really, you're going to have to do that one first in order to really get anything else done. Number three, and we've had a lot of success with this at many areas of training with club staff, is get in the habit of revisiting, past success stories, things you've had success with in the past. Would it be the person you signed up that you really didn't think would, that had no intentions of joining when they came in, but they chose to? Maybe big closeout events you may have been a part of, or just any great success stories. Revisit that. There's a tendency sometimes, particularly when we're in a slump, is to, revisit things that aren't working and constantly look at the bad. So choose to look at the good, revisit, these successes. Next, and this one's a big one, is, get back to basics. What happens, in your basic fundamentals, how you do this, the proper process, again, the proper fundamentals, there's a right way and wrong way to do it. Go back and revisit that. Make sure you're on track, because what can happen a lot of times, we can start shaving the edges off some of that stuff, and all of a sudden, instead of going down this path, we've kind of changed it. We're going down this path. And so we want to get you back on, that middle of the road where you belong. So, get back to basics. And then lastly, make sure you're getting some training. Sales is not the kind of thing where you learn it and you're done. This is really no different than any other profession. You have to practice. You have to continually be getting better and looking at new information. So, take some action, stop making excuses, revisit past success stories, get back to basics, and make sure you get some training. This will help get you out of that slump. And for you folks that are not in a slump right now and you don't want to get in one, take a look at this information as well. My name is Jim Thomas, and this has been the Fitness Management Update.